Am I the asshole for asking parents to force sister to give me her room? I am 23, a year out of college, and the 6 months I have lived at home with my parents because I lucked into a great job in our town. My younger sister is 21 and has 2 years left of university across the country. My bedroom is very small, and there is not room for anything beside a full-sized bed and a dresser in front of it. My sister's room, while still relatively small, is double the size of mine and has much higher ceilings, and the way it is shaped just makes it much easier to arrange and move around in. Additionally, the location of her room in relation to our parents' room affords her much more privacy. Mine is directly across from theirs, and they don't have a door, just a sliding wood panel that doesn't shut all the way, so it can feel awkward and claustrophobic. Especially since our cat likes to sleep with me, so I can never shut my door. My sister spends the majority of her time across the country, even during the summer. She is home about 7 weeks out of the year, so I thought it was reasonable to ask her and my parents if we could swap. I understand the attachment she has to her space, and since I only plan on being here for another year and a half, I proposed that I would use it for that time and we could switch back when I leave. I wouldn't change any of the furniture or the decorations, they're beautiful. My mom put a lot of time into the room. I just asked that we switch out all of our things for that time period. When I initially brought it up a few months ago, she was open to it, but then abruptly changed her mind and refuses. I love her to death, but anytime I bring it up, she shuts down and refuses to have a conversation about it. So I asked my parents to force the issue. My dad is on my side, but my mom doesn't want to hear it. She gets mad anytime I have brought it up, so a discussion can't even be had. She thinks I'm being ridiculous, and refuses to even acknowledge my points, and my dad has now backtracked. I brought it up the other night in a very even-keeled fashion and everyone, including him, got mad at me for starting something at a bad time, and bringing it up when my sister just has a few weeks to spend with us. But that's my point, she is never here except to visit, never for longer than a month. I have a full-time, professional job and live with them. My family is very tight-knit. My parents want me to stay as long as possible with them. I would move out, but I live in a very expensive city. I feel like I'm being ignored and like there is very obviously a favorite child they refuse to do anything, and my mom justifies it by using my sister's feelings, which hurts mine, because she doesn't even acknowledge that there is any validity to my feelings genuinely. It makes me sad to think about, especially since they say they want me to be comfortable and at home here as an adult. Am I the asshole? Would I be the asshole if I tried to bring it up again? What to do? From what you write, it seems like you won't let it drop even after having been told no a ton of times. You just keep raising it, and for that reason you are the asshole. You think there's a favorite child because your mother won't boot your sister out of her bedroom. The favorite child is not your sister based on this level of entitlement. You are the asshole, and I think you are going to burn bridges and cause resentment that you won't come back from while playing the victim. There is no validity to your argument. The minute your parents give your sister's room to you, she will feel disregarded and probably will not come home in any shape or form. You have a professional, full-time job, move out. You have clearly outgrown your childhood space, so the answer to that is to make your own place versus trying to take away your sister's. It feels like you were used to getting your way, so being told no had you spiraling a bit and acting like a victim. You are the asshole. If you want privacy, move out. You're an adult. Act like it. You are the asshole. You're way too old to be crying to mommy and daddy about wanting the bigger room. Nah, I think on a purely practical level you make a very good point. But technically your sister hasn't left home properly and should be entitled to have her old space retained. Nobody has behaved improperly here. Nothing approaching asshole level. It's up to your parents to decide this. It's their house. I agree that it makes sense for a person who lives there full time to have more space. But you can't make them do anything, and after you've made your case you'd be the asshole to keep going on about it. Accept the decision, then try to be a good and pleasant housemate. Am I the asshole? Did I mock my sister's religion? My sister is Christian and I'm not. We were out to lunch with her family. She was saying my button-up blouse that showed no cleavage was too low cut and I was flashing the whole restaurant, which I was not. I made a comment trying to say she was a prude and said, "Calm down, Christian Mary." Fast FWD a couple of days she told me her kids were offended by this because I was mocking their religion. I didn't even remember saying this, but I probably did. My sister said she couldn't even remember the convo, but it obviously upset her kids and I need to apologize and never wear a low-cut shirt again because they're offended by it. Am I the asshole? Mind you, my sister and her husband frequently say God day when upset. Her kids watch The Simpsons. I plan on apologizing, but how do we go forward because she's acting like if I slip up again I'm never gonna see her kids? I just feel like I already walk on eggshells around them and it's hard to do. How do I talk to her about this because we both get worked up? I'd wager you wouldn't have called her Christian Mary had she not policed your clothing. Not the asshole. My response would be, look, it's your religion, not mine. Attempting to call my shirt flashing or low cut is not even close to accurate, and attempting to force your religion on me and trying to control my body is not acceptable. It's your job to teach your kids to be understanding and empathetic, not my job to cater to that kind of cultural domination. They will have healthier lives in the long run if you teach them to be accepting, as Jesus did his followers. Those last 5 words might be crossing the line, but this is bullshit, and reading this pissed me off for you. In tall lol, I doubt the kids even cared. She's just butthurt that you stood up to her. For the record, commenting on your cleavage in front of her kids was way more inappropriate than what you said. So let me get this straight, she can all but call you a WH-re in public, but you can't call her what she literally is. Christian? Is that a slur now? She's not upset about your words. She's upset to be confronted by the reality that the rest of the world does not employ or acknowledge her views on morality and propriety. You're pushing back on the idea that her personal beliefs are universal truths that should dictate the actions and choices of other people, which fundamentally challenges one of the base premises of evangelism, that these are moral laws for everyone, not just subscribers. American Protestantism is so strange. I guess she'd faint at half the art in the Vatican. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. She can't police what you wear and call you a SLT on the down low and then get upset when you make a joking remark about her prudishness. She doesn't get to control how you dress. Her kids more than likely don't actually care. She's just using them as a guilt trip. Don't apologize, let her weird self be miserable. Not the asshole, but you should have said, Jesus was friends with prostitutes, honey. This top is just fine. Am I the asshole for refusing to do my cousin's makeup for free even though I'm a makeup artist? I, 21M, work part-time as a makeup artist. I've done prom looks, event glam, photo shoots, etc. It's something I take seriously and it helps pay my bills. My cousin, 25F, is going to a wedding soon and asked me if I could do her full glam makeup as a favor. I told her I was already booked that day but that the schedule was flexible my other client, so if she was okay coming in extra early, I could squeeze her in and do it if she paid 70%. She got all huffy and said that since she brought home food the previous night, it was the least I could do. I'm like, if I knew eating her takeout was going to be used as currency I would have skipped it. It's not like it was my only choice for dinner or that I'd asked for it. Look, I know I'm a bit petty at it. She's made comments in the past about my makeup style being too much and too drag queen-ish, which I know wasn't meant as a compliment when she said it. I'm queer and have drag queen friends, so yeah, it rubbed me the wrong way, so I was honestly hesitant from the beginning. I told her I don't usually do full glam for free, unless it's for my mom or one of my best friends. It didn't go over well, so now my mom is telling me I'm being money-minded and that I should have just said yes because family should help each other. I get where that's coming from, but it still doesn't sit right with me. I would have had to adjust a paying client's schedule just to fit her in and do it for free? Oh, please, this is your part-time job. It's entirely reasonable to A. Put paying customers first, and B. Limit your free work. Offering a 30% discount and asking them to work around your paying in full customer were entirely reasonable steps. You did nothing wrong. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Story old as time. Boy likes makeup. Family insults boy. Family needs boy to do makeup. Family only remembers family when it suits them. It sounds like she doesn't value what you do and that's why she equates it to cheap takeout and wants it for free. Don't let people that don't value you set your price. Not the asshole. Your mother calling you money-minded is a high compliment when you're trying to run a business. Your best practice at this point would be to do no freebies for anyone. People who don't have the skill are the first to devalue what you do. Not the asshole. As a hairstylist, I never give away free services except to my husband, mother and sisters. It's my career. It's not for fun. If someone is taking up my time and using up my products, they're paying for it. Especially because you're self-employed. Giving her 30% off was generous enough. You don't owe anyone free work. Not the asshole. You're not obligated to do anything for free. IDK. What is with people thinking they're automatically entitled to free services just because they're family? Also, I wouldn't do it even if she paid anyway cause she has insulted your work before. It's not the end of the world, she can find another makeup artist. Not the asshole. You don't have to do work for free, for no one. Especially someone so entitled and disrespectful. And why is she even asking you if she has criticized your style before? Your mom's argument doesn't apply to professional services, for which you actually get paid. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to stop sharing all of our arguments with her sister? I, 38M, recently found out that my wife, 35F, shares basically every argument we have, big or small, with her sister. We're not constantly fighting or anything, but like any couple, we have our moments. Stuff like me forgetting to take out the trash, getting the wrong cereal, or spacing out during a conversation. Pretty normal things, I think. Her sister used to be super warm with me. But lately, she's been cold, even passive-aggressive, and it didn't click until I realized she's been getting a running commentary of our marriage from my wife's side only. I asked my wife if she could please keep some of our private stuff between you. I wasn't yelling or accusing, just trying to express how it feels to be seen as the BD guy over minor stuff that gets retold out of context. She said I was trying to isolate her and being controlling. To be clear, I don't care if she vents now and then or leans on her sister during those times. I just feel like there's a difference between support and giving someone a front row seat to every flaw I have. I feel judged by someone I didn't marry, and I'm honestly getting anxious around family gathering now. Am I the asshole for asking her to keep our relationship a little more private? Does she tell her sister every time you do something good? Every time you kiss her or do something, just because? If she's only getting bad things, of course you will start being viewed that way. Not the asshole. Hate to break it to you, but you are in a toxic marriage and your wife doesn't care about your feelings or boundaries at all. She is free to talk to a therapist. But instead talks to her sister. Which affects you in the real world. Time for couples therapy or a separation. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. I am your wife's sister. My sibling tells me every last detail about the latest row they have had with their partner. Over the years, it has got to the point that I don't want to be around their partner any longer because of what I've been told. My sibling then gets upset as I won't invite the partner to any family events that I host, which are most. I have explained that they have created this situation by oversharing. Your wife will end up creating the same dynamic for you if she doesn't learn that not everything needs to be shared. Too late, mate. Your wife has said you are controlling and isolating her. She got this from her sister. It sounds like the sister has been making all your moans into mountains and giving your wife missiles to fire back at you. Anything you say now will be taken out of context. Go a month without moaning, bickering or fighting. You still won't win. The sister will make out you're seeing someone else. You need the two of you in couples therapy to undo the sister's interferences. Not the asshole. You'd only be isolating her if she has nothing to talk about except your faults. In which case she needs some self-reflection. Not the asshole. I'm laughing at your wife's comment that you are controlling and isolating her and not in a good way. How would she feel if you spoke to your best friend or family about every little thing she does? Every little thing she does isn't always magic.